LeBron and the Lakers set the tone early. D'Lo up top. Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis, who is blocking shots and impacting the game on both ends. Oh, LeBron James, just insane. Lakers have led by 10 or more in 150 playoff games. They've won 94% of them, 141. They led by 17. Austin Reeves on the break, ball fake, Euro stepping. Jack Nicholson in the building enjoying all of that. And LeBron and Reeves, it's all fun and games, man. They're up almost 30, and now D'Angelo Russell in your eye hole. Playoff career high 31. That's how many they're up by. Dennis Schroeder, Anthony Davis, and this is an absolute blowout. LeBron goes for 22. Didn't need to play in the fourth. Well rested and showered up as he visits with the media.
LeBron, the only player that's played this much in year 20 in the playoffs is Kareem. Just wondered, and at the level that he was then, how were you able to put this together to respond to Game 5? Where did that start mentally, and then when did you start to feel that swell with your teammates as well on the court tonight?
Probably when we landed back in LA after Game 5. The whole thing on my mind was how much rest I can get. Going from that Game 4 where we expended a lot of energy in that game and then had to leave the very next morning and, trying to bounce back to Game 5. It was tough on our whole ball club, including myself. And from the moment that we landed here after Game 5, all I was thinking about was just trying to sleep as much as I could, rest as much as I could, make sure my body was get my treatment and my rehab and things of that nature, but staying off my feet as much as possible coming into tonight. And felt pretty good when I woke up this morning. I felt excellent, actually, this morning, and the reason I was here so early, too. But it was a good bounce back for us, big-time game for us, and, we fed off our fans once again, and, it's great for us to be able to give back to them like they gave us tonight.
If we could keep our questions to one, please, so I can try and get as many people questions as possible, that would be great. We'll go with Dave.
LeBron, over here on the side, we know the rigors of the job can sometimes be tiring, 40-plus minutes, the travel woes, all the alike, and sometimes your opponents may key in on that as they view you. How does the game of basketball keep you young?
Obviously, as I get older, I'm playing with much younger guys. I think my boys keep me young, meaning my sons, they keep me young. So, usually before games, I watch a lot of film on the opponent. But my son Bryce actually had an AAU game, EYBL game in Phoenix tonight. So up until probably about 45 minutes on the clock, I was watching his game. And watching him going out there and performing and seeing him play, that kind of inspired me as well. It kept me young tonight.
Taylor.
Hey, Bron. Obviously, you guys wanted to treat tonight like a Game 7. In what specific ways did you do that, and how did you instill that mentality down through the team?
No, it was definitely a Game 7 mentality for us. We understood that we had an opportunity to play in front of our fans, and we want to try to end it tonight. We came out with a disposition, with a next play mentality, and even when we made mistakes, we brushed it off right away and moved on to the next play. So I just think from the start of the game, we was just locked in on our game plan, and all the way till the final seconds of the game.
Dan.
LeBron, when you signed with this team in 2018, you talked about moments and stuff like that and the opportunity to have these special moments here, but all sorts of circumstances kept a lot of those from happening, injuries, COVID, no crowds, et cetera. Was there any moment tonight that stood out to you as like, this is why you wanted to be a Laker?
I just wanted to be a part of a historical franchise when I decided to come here and be able to just change the narrative of what the franchise has been going through before I got here for a few years. Obviously this franchise is known for winning championships and winning big and playing in big games and being a part of the postseason and the fans coming out and having an opportunity to be a part of that. So, tonight is another moment that I've always envisioned. And when I became part of this franchise, and like you said, because of circumstances, things of that nature, COVID and, injuries and things of that nature, we haven't had many postseason games with a full capacity season. Full capacity stadium. So far we've had 3 and they've been electric in this postseason, and we'll hope to continue that in the next round.
Lakers move on to the next round. Grizzlies season is done. Here's John Morant.
And Jaren, really leading this team through the offseason. I guess when you look ahead, what do you see?
I feel like it starts with us, pretty much getting healthy. And, that's the number one thing for us. Secondly, just getting back to work. Pretty much feel like, it's that simple.
You feel like a healthy team could have done more?
100%.
Why so?
I mean, you have Steve-O coming back, which, a problem in this series was rebounding. And, before he went out, he was pretty much the best rebounder in the league. Obviously, BC with, what he brings for us off the bench, that's another big body, we have out there, and somebody, who helps us, on the boards and scoring wise. Luke, spacing the floor, being able to shoot. Even, with me, I was out there battling, but I wasn't, 100%. So, obviously, health is important. We play with what we got. So, not even trying to, use that, as an excuse right now. But, even with, the guys we had, we got to be better.
After how competitive the team was the past 2 games, how do you account for how quickly this one got away from you?
I felt like even though, it got away early, I felt like, we were still battling for the most part. They, started knocking down some shots. I felt like, they was, pretty much just getting to the paint too easy for us. And that would, pretty much hurt us. In recent games, it wasn't, as easy for them. We were making them work, forcing tough shots. And, that pretty much allowed us to, rebound and run. Obviously, our bigs tonight was in foul trouble, which we lack, pretty much right now, due to injuries. I just feel like it was that. We just got to be, more locked in on the defensive end and, keep guys in front. And if your man get beat, have your brother's back.
LeBron never part of a closeout quite like this, and it is ironic that Brooks said, got to give me 40. Well, the 40-point margin of victory was the largest in any series clinching victory that James has been a part of. He's been a part of plenty, 40 closeouts to be exact. Incidentally, Brooks left the locker room before the media came in.
Just this season, I think it's the LeBron James era in L.A. I think if they find a way to win this series, who knows what the possibilities are. But if you fade and end up letting the Grizzlies come back from a 3-1 deficit, then it shows me something about what you simply don't have anymore collectively. And as a result, I don't think we'll be talking about the Lakers in this light ever again in the LeBron James era in Los Angeles. That's how important I think this game is, because I don't think they go back to Memphis and win a Game 7. I don't believe that you surrender the momentum to Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and those boys, and you go back to Memphis. If you're going to beat Memphis, you have to close them out tonight. I believe you lose tonight, then you'll lose Game 7. And if you lose Game 7, and we see that y'all have dwindled and y'all have faded and deteriorated, I don't think this crop of Lakers recovers from that, and I think the LeBron James championship era in Los Angeles officially comes to an end.
I'm not even going to confine it to LeBron. I was going to say, let's not get carried away. Let's not make this more than it is. And then I watched that feature. I feel really, really fortunate in that I got to watch all of that, starting with Bird and Magic and moving forward, from a courtside seat. The whole thing. And so I know what it means. We know our friend and colleague, Irvin Johnson. Magic has talked about playing a game against a Western Conference opponent in the playoffs. And as he's walking off the court, he would ask one of us or whoever's, what are the Celtics doing? What's the score of the Celtics game? Mm-hmm. And so 18 is at stake, potentially, right? In a year in which everybody is a little bit flawed, including the Lakers. It's not out of the question that the Lakers and Celtics could meet or the Lakers see that You know LeBron sees it, like Stephen A. is saying. Now, if we bring it around to LeBron, see, Stephen A., I think I really agree with you. They have to win tonight. They can't go back to 7 with a young team feeling itself and needing to get over the hump like Memphis, and that's what Memphis needs. They have to win this game tonight. So what's at stake? History, everything.
No big deal, just history.
No big deal.
Just
18
at stake.
18, right?
I agree with these guys. If they lose tonight, they're losing the series. And the one thing that the Lakers have been able to do throughout this season in the wide open Western Conference is reinvent themselves. And this roster has been made over a couple of times. And they now have something now that they didn't have earlier in the year, depth. So players like Austin Reed playing quality minutes. D'Angelo Russell in the previous home game made a couple of big threes late. Vanderbilt is playing really good defense. So now their coaching staff trusts these guys. So playing at home where your role players thrive, this is the game you must get it done. Because if you don't win tonight, you do not win this series, and history will not be on your side.
So let's face reality. I'll say it in even simpler terms. I don't believe if they lose, I think they're going to give it everything they have tonight. I don't believe they'll have anything left Sunday. And that's why I feel as adamant as I do that this is it, not just for this series for them. But
you
this
mean
is it,
physically
period.
and emotionally?
I don't think they have it. I don't think they have it. I don't think they'll have it to win a Game 7. And if you don't win a Game 7, remember all the teams we're talking about, they'll be better next year. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker ain't going to be better next year. Denver's not going to be better next year. You look at these teams, even Minnesota want to come up, even Sacramento. You think they're going to be better next year? This is it.
And Memphis is going to be better next year.
That's right. If they win the series.
And guess what? They know what we know. That if they come out and play fast and get a lead early, now it's time for the Lakers to find a way to overcome that adversity. That's why if you Memphis and a guy like Dillon Brooks, play defense, don't shoot them out of the game.
Right.
If Jaren Jackson Jr. can get going offensively and Memphis can sustain an early lead, then all of the pressure falls on the Lakers.